Hello, I welcome all of you, and extremely sorry for the technical glitch, but I'm glad that we are all back right now. And I would like to welcome all of you for this wonderful initiative where Aura Art presents Krishna the Infinite in aid of the Akshaya Patra Foundation, a rare online art show featuring over 100 paintings and sculptures of Lord Krishna to raise funds for charitable initiatives. My name is RJ Ankit Piplani, engineer, MBA, radio jockey, hash the big A of anchoring, and the global goodwill brand ambassador for the Akshaya Patra Foundation. And it's a privilege, it's an honor, and a wonderful opportunity to welcome all of you for this noble cause. And along with me, I have some stalwarts, dignitaries who have made their presence felt today. And we are extremely grateful to all of you. Let's take a moment to welcome our chief guest for today, a person who mesmerizes with his presence, with his recipes, with his charm, with his creativity, and his masterpieces. Let's give a huge round of applause for our chief guest, Padma Shri Master Chef, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor. Thank you so much, Chef, for joining us today.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
And our guest of honor, Rotarian Mr. Sandeep Agrawala, DGN 2022-23, Rotary International District 3141. Welcome, Mr. Sandeep Agrawala. Let's also give a huge round of applause for our CEO for the Akshaya Patra Foundation, Mr. Sridhar Venkat. We also have with us our CMO, the Akshaya Patra Foundation, Mr. Sandeep Talwar. Also, for our partners for today, this initiative of Aura Art, let's give it out for Rotarian Mr. Daljit Singh Sethi, Director Aura Art, Mr. Harmeet Singh Sethi, Director Aura Art, and Mr. Rishiraj Singh Sethi, Director Aura Art. I welcome all of you for this wonderful initiative. And for all those who have joined in from those who are going to participate, and if you're interested in any of the art shows or you have any query related to any of the artworks, please do drop in your email ID on the chat option or your WhatsApp number, and our team would definitely get in touch with you and guide you further. You could also visit the website, which is auraart.in, AURAART, auraart.in. Just to give all of you a small introduction about the Akshaya Patra Foundation, it started its humble journey feeding a modest 1,500 children in Bengaluru. The intention was to ensure that children are not deprived of education because of hunger, the same which was eventually adopted as the vision of the organization. Today, with the support of all stakeholders, it has become the largest NGO-run school meal program in the world. And pre-COVID, the foundation, through 56 kitchens in 13 states and the 2 union territories across the country, was providing wholesome, nutritious meals to over 18 lakh children, was providing more than 19,000 schools daily. With the support from partners and well-wishers, the Akshaya Patra Foundation has so far served more than 300 crore meals. That's phenomenal. And in this 20th year of service, the Akshaya Patra Foundation is happy to associate with Aura Art, pioneers in art curation and promotion. Aura Art has graciously come forward to mobilize support for endeavors of Akshaya Patra by curating an unparalleled collection of art. The Pandavas during their exile, the vessel from which Queen Draupadi served him was Akshaya Patra, the vessel that could serve unlimited meals. So thus, this impactful association and the theme of Krishna the Infinite have an emotional appeal for all of us. That's about Akshaya Patra Foundation. And to address all of us further, I would now like to request Mr. Sridhar Venkat, the CEO of the Akshaya Patra Foundation, to kindly address all of us, please.
Thank you, Ankit. Good morning, all of you. Thank you, Sanjeev, for graciously agreeing to be the chief guest for this program. Thank you, Sandeep ji, for agreeing to be the guest of honor for the program. Thank you, Aura Art, for coming up with this unique initiative where I think you are adding aura to Akshaya Patra. So truly appreciate this initiative. And Akshaya Patra, as Ankit mentioned, we made a humble beginning 20 years back. And today we are serving pre-COVID time, as Ankit mentioned, doing about 1.8 million meals. Our aspiration is to serve about 5 million children every day, day after day. So it is like being on a treadmill where the speed keeps going up. Okay? And we truly look forward to this unique partnership with Aura Art. And I also thank all the supporters of Aura Art and Akshaya Patra for coming together and making this initiative happen. Very interestingly, I was very moved with the theme which has been chosen, Krishna the Infinite, for promoting this. Krishna, as you all know, the Supreme Person who's endowed with 6 qualities, which are actually he possesses, only one who possesses an infinite. And that's how this theme very nicely has come out as Krishna the Infinite. The qualities which Krishna has are wisdom in infinite, knowledge in infinite, renunciation in infinite, strength in infinite, intelligence in infinite. Okay, so a person who has got all these qualities infinite, and I think we're having a theme around that. And truly, if Akshaya Patra and our art can come together and work together to see that the vision that no child in India can be deprived of education because of hunger can be achieved, I think it'll be a fantastic initiative. And this experiment itself is very unique. Something like how you have music for meals, so this is like art for meals. So truly appreciate. I'm very moved with this initiative, and truly thank each one of you for taking time. And I really look forward to watching all those paintings and artwork which will unfold in the coming time. Actually, thanks everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sridhar Venkat, for that warm, hearty welcome to all of us. And now it's a privilege and an honor to welcome the chief guest for today, Chef Sanjeev Kapoor. It's always been a practice for all of us for so many decades that we have been watching you on television from the comfort of our homes. And today we continue to watch you from the comfort of our homes on our laptop screens and not on the television screen. But ये हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा सौभाग्य है that we are getting an opportunity to interact with you, to talk to you, to communicate with you for this wonderful initiative. So I would request Mr. Sridhar Venkat to say a quick hello to Chef Sanjeev Kapoor.
Sanjeev, once again, you have been a pillar of strength for us. Thank you once again and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sridhar. Thank you, Ankit. And good to see my friend Rishi Raj and, of course, Sandeep, who's constantly in touch with me. And big welcome to Mr. Agarwala and Senior Mr. Sethi. Big welcome and everyone who has joined. All chefs are artists. Before I became a chef, I wanted to become an architect, and I enrolled in an architecture institute. And then something inside me said, no, I should do something that is very different. And but a part of me always felt that I could have been an architect. And my father used to say that it's same. You are artist of food. So all chefs are always. That's why cooking is known as an art. So as an art form, I think we also work with different colors of fruits and vegetables and other grains that we have, and we try and create our interpretations, and we offer those interpretations as prasadam. That's what we chefs like to do. And I'm sure with these real colors of magic of different artists, which has been put together by Aura Art through this show, would inspire and motivate more people to do such things. And the contribution that is being made and the effort that is being made to the whole Aura team and the support that is being provided, I'm sure it would kick start another movement and link art with giving. I think that's something which can bring more smiles to the children that Akshaya Patra supports. I've been getting a lot from Akshaya Patra for last so many years. I continuously and consistently say this. It's not that what I do for Akshaya Patra, it's what Akshaya Patra does for me. So thank you, Akshaya Patra, for all the happiness that is provided in my life through this joy of giving. So a big thank you to all the work that is done. And a big thank you to all the team at Akshaya Patra for continuously being at it, being at that treadmill that where the speed is increasing. So a big thank you to all of you. And Mr. Agarwala, lovely to see you and all the efforts that are done through Rotary. Thank you for that. And I hear that there's a plan on something for Akshaya Patra also that you have in mind. So would be happy to know more about that. And thank you for inviting me to be the chief guest for this. And I would say that let Aura Art show the way to many more to follow. And let Krishna also show us the way, and through all these paintings and all the artists who would have probably contributed to this, a big thank you to all of them also. Wish everybody at Akshaya Patra Foundation and Aura Art wishing all the best for this art show. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now like to request you to kindly announce the art show Krishna the Infinite is now open. If you could just make this announcement,
Sure.
please.
I declare this art show titled Krishna the Infinite open, and would like to wish the Akshaya Patra Foundation and Aura Art all the very best.
Thank you so much, Chef. Thank you so much. And now I would like to request you to kindly inaugurate the art show by clicking on the banner on the home page of www.auraart.in as Mr. Rishiraj Sethi guides us forward. If you could just click on the home page of the auraart.in as we share the screen and we guide it forward. So we have an amalgamation of some of the most wonderful pieces of artwork which have been created and posted over here. And in case if you are interested to express your interest towards any artwork, or you have any query related to any of those artworks, you can drop in your email ID or your WhatsApp number, and our team would be more than happy to connect with you, to contact you, and to guide you further to answer all your queries. You could also visit the website auraart.in. And you can see as we scroll down, we have some wonderful pieces of art, Krishna the Infinite at display, and you can express your intent. Thank you so much, Rishiraj Sethi ji, and thank you so much, Chef, for doing the honors. I am now going to request Mr. Sridhar Venkat to kindly welcome our guest of honor, Rotarian, Mr. Sandeep Agrawala, DGN 2022-23, Rotary International District 3141.
Sandeep, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for all your support for Akshaya Patra. We truly are honored with your support. Thank you so much, and a warm welcome once again.
Thank you.
Mr. Sandeep Agrawala, we would request you to kindly say a quick hello to all your fans, to all those who have tuned in to hear from you. We would be extremely glad if you could share your insights with us, please.
Thank you so much, Ankit. Chief guest, Chef Sanjeev Kapoor ji, the CEO of Akshaya Patra, Sridhar Venkat ji, and the CMO, Sandeep Talwar ji. Shri Daljit Singh ji Sethi, my colleague from the Rotary Club, and Rishiraj ji of Aura Arts, and all esteemed guests. कौन कहता है भगवान खाते नहीं, बेर शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं. Many of you would have heard this popular devotional song sung in the praise of Lord Krishna, although the reference of Shabri is in context to Lord Ram. Shabri was a blind woman from a tribal village, and every day she would go out of her ashram with the help of a walking stick and pluck berries for Lord Ram. She would pluck one, taste it, and if it was sweet, she would put it in a basket, discarding the bitter ones. According to the scriptural account, even though hundreds of other yogis were waiting to receive Ram in their ashrams, Ram went only to Sabri's ashram because of a sincere devotion. On seeing Ram, Shabri became ecstatic and said, I do not have anything to offer other than my heart, but here are some berries. May it please you, my lord. Shabri offered the fruits which she had meticulously collected. As Ram tasted them, Lakshman raised the concern that Shabri had already tasted them, and they were therefore unworthy of eating. To this, Ram responded that of the many types of food he had tasted, nothing could equal these berries offered with such devotion. You taste them, then alone will you know. Whomsoever offers a fruit, leaf, flower, or some water with love, I partake it, I partake in it with great joy. Similarly, when the volunteers of Akshaya Patra offer food, it is just not a meal, it is a feast, offered with a sense of devotion, compassion, and love. And that's what makes this service special. Two noble institutions have come together for a very deserving cause. Aura Art has partnered Rotary in the fundraising activities only last year by organizing similar auctions and is a very worthy partner. Akshaya Patra, on the other hand, is providing fresh and nutritious meals to children on every single school day. Today, Akshaya Patra is the world's largest not-for-profit run midday meal program, serving wholesome food every day, every school day to over 1.8 million children from over 19,000 schools across 12 states and 2 union territories. We at the Rotary Club Bombay, among many things, also run 2 hospitals in a tribal area about 2.5 hours away from Mumbai. We would be keen to explore a partnership with Akshaya Patra to set up a kitchen there, if viable, to take care of the malnourishment abounding in that area. With this, I offer all my good wishes and congratulations for the success of this auction and urge all of you to loosen your purse strings to aid this very stirring and laudable objective. Thank you.
Indeed, wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Sandeep Agrawala. It was awesome to get those wonderful insights from you. I would now request you to kindly release the catalog as Mr. Rishiraj Sethi guides us. Sir, if you could please do the honors.
With pleasure.
So this is where we release the catalog, and we have Mr. Sandeep Agrawala who clicks to release the catalog. And with this, Krishna, the infinite catalog can now be viewed by everyone in the audience. And it has a wonderful look and feel to it with some wonderful art pieces on display. So in case if you want to express your interest towards any of those artworks or you have any query, kindly drop in an email, or can you drop in your email ID, or you could drop in your WhatsApp number. Our team shall contact you, guide you further with any of your queries with all the details that you need. And you could also visit auraart.in. As we scroll down, thank you so much, Mr. Sandeep Agrawala, for doing the honors. So you can download the catalog, and on each painting, there is a unique number. You could express your interest. You could express your queries related to any of those paintings with this unique number. For example, the unique number right now in front of me is #8651. It's called as the Golden Flute Oil Acrylic and Charcoal on Canvas. Inside India, all your queries, you can just post in, you can ask us, and we would be more than happy to get back to you with all the details. And you can express your interest. You can express your queries with that unique number that you can see on the catalog with each painting, which is mentioned over there. And I can see some mesmerizing paintings out there. I would love to pick up all of them for my place. So there is a rush. So yeah, so today is when the show goes live, and it's going to be on for the next fortnight. So express your interest and pick up the favorite one before someone else picks it up. So Lord Krishna, the infinite, with some blessings for much. And with this, I'm going to now request Mr. Rishiraj Sethi, the director of Aura Art, to kindly come forward and share his experience on creating this wonderful concept and being a part of this brilliant, noble initiative. Mr. Rishiraj Sethi.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be on the same platform as Mr. Kapoor. I have interacted with him in different occasions over the last 7-8 years. And Mr. Agarwal, every Rotarian is anyways part of the Aura Art family. I would like to begin with the resounding words of Vasily Kandinsky, who writes, "In such art, the spectator does feel a corresponding thrill in himself. Such harmony or even contrast of emotion cannot be superficial or worthless. Indeed, the stimmung of a picture can deepen and purify that of the spectator. And this work of art sort of creates a resonance and keeps up the spirit of the viewer." And I was very curious to understand what the word Stimmung means in this quote. And I was shocked when I realized that one of the interpretations is aura, and that in some sense brings out the vision of our art, where we try to expose a viewer to an art form that will touch his heart. And what better than a subject like Krishna to connect with the heart of all viewers? I will quickly breeze through a presentation on wealth creation to art, because obviously, as art is something that fills up our wall and adds color to our home, it's also a very important piece to add value to our wealth. And therefore, it's interesting to also understand at the same time the wealth creation potential of 70% of wealth in China is allocated towards treasures, whereas only 3% in India. And in that 17%, art is number one, whereas in India, 3%, jewelry is number one. And as you can understand from the data points, that after a point in time, based on this global survey, the propensity to add jewelry in a wealth pool diminishes after a particular allocation. And India has 98% allocation to jewelry, means every Indian practically owns jewelry. Whereas in art, you have this very interesting phenomenon where even after, actually, when you start adding art to your collection, the interest to allocate more and more wealth towards art only increases. So there is no diminishing marginal reality which you see in many other assets and purchases. And the beauty is, with very long-term allocations in art, there is enough study to suggest that the portfolio construct in art actually helps you bring down the risk-reward ratio in a manner which is beneficial in the portfolio construct theory. And mind you, we have an art index which is 150 years old, with the S&P is around 75 years old. And having plotted art to various other assets, you also see that art behaves a lot like gold. It's a defense. So we just discussed the shift in market share between US, China, and the speed at which China caught up from single digit to 30%. And that potential now comes with India. Why we say that? Because of the whole socio-economic political importance of India. And various factors lead that, whether it's the recovery from health hazard like COVID, whether it's the speed of the stock market improvement, whether it's some amount of FDI come in last year, whether it is all the soft power of India, whether it's yoga, whether it is cricket, all of this soft power of India is now getting well valued in the global scene. And art is one of the most important indicators that catches up after the soft power becomes relevant. And then it has a great impact, as we see, on tourism and other economic factors also. Taking a simple example, the Louvre, one single museum in Paris actually gets 10 million visitors, which is equal to all the visitors in India last year. So you can see how much potential art has, even on the economic side, in other sectors besides the wealth creation potential. What is required is significant focus to build art infrastructure, which we are doing and others also doing. And then I will breeze through some of this just to leave the thought that there are research reports that we've written, which will help you in a very granular manner understand how art grows, how it performs, and the art market also has various streams that run in parallel, from modern masters to postmodernists to regional masters to contemporary, and each of them has their own flow in terms of growth patterns. And then very granular data we have profiled of the same piece of art reselling at multiple points in time and displaying phenomenal growth rates. Art valuation is a very important factor that plays into the mind of someone starting a collection. Again, we are leaving the thought that there is enough method in the madness. There is a science behind valuing art. And we've written this report along with Ernst & Young a few years back, which I would encourage you to glance at. But just taking some headline numbers, because that's very important and eye-catching. Indian art has already sold at up to 36 crores for a single painting of Gaitonde. And mind you, this happened in September, in the middle of the pandemic, when actually everything was shut practically. We had two pieces of VS Gaitonde selling at 35.5 and 36.8 crores within 10 days in first fortnight of September. So that's the interesting part. 70 crore worth of just two paintings selling during a pandemic shows the resilience of Indian art. Having said that, it's still a far cry, and it shows the upside potential where a Chinese art is already sold up to 140 crores, so it's nearly 5x. And international art has sold up to nearly 3,000 crores, which is a Mundi by Da Vinci a few years back again. So you can imagine, even at 30 crore, which seems aggressive to many of us who are starting to buy art, we are still 1% of the global 3,000 crore that's been hit. Similar trend in sculptures. Coming now to the important agenda that we have today. Uh, uh, just to clarify, very often the word is used for an online art format. What we have done in this case is to desist from that and to stick to a fixed price format. So what is very interesting is that we have great works by masters like Vasudev Kamath, Shiv Prasanna, Solanki, Suhas Bholkar. We have great works by artists who are focused on Krishna for the longest period of their life, from a Shail Shoel to a Dr. Yugal Kishore to a Siddharth Shingade, to artists who are very beautifully enmeshed Krishna with their larger oeuvre, whether it's a Sandeep Visave or a Shwed Goel, the paintings which are also behind me. Two, and nothing in Indian art or Krishna is complete without referring to the traditional tribal and folk artists from a Piyush Sharma family in Nadwara to Santosh Kumar Das ji, and then unique sculptures of Rohan Sunamne, Swati, Manjari, which and a Kiran, which actually give a lovely three-dimensional quality. Last but not the least is this lovely sculpture by Devrai artists, which are tribal artists using lost wax method, which we are doing as editions, each available at each piece at 10,000 rupees. So what we have here is a very interesting format that on a fixed price basis, you're able to acquire the best curated art. Some of it is created rare masterpieces only for the show or for us. And at the same time, while you're building something as a future collection, you're actually building a wealth in the process. At the same time, a large part of the proceeds are going towards feeding hungry school children. So that's the triple package in that sense, a triple whammy, where we can't think of a better such a soda that you're taking home well curated art at the price of the market, and at the same time contributing towards a wonderful cause. And with well selected art, the truth is that it will appreciate, and you have this wealth creation potential alongside. So you could express interest by either calling or WhatsApping Harmeet at the number there 932887700, or dropping a mail at harmeet@aura.in, or be in touch with Rohit from Akshaya Patra at 9980122772, or drop a mail at rohit.chaudhary@akshayapatra.org. In any case, at any point in time, you can go to the Orat site, see the works there, use the chat box there, or look up our numbers there and contact us. Looking forward to more interaction, I will end with a quote by Robert Schumann, who said, "To send light into the depths of the human heart, this is the artist calling." And what better than works on Lord Krishna send the light to the hearts of all the recipients. So looking forward, use this opportunity to spread light into your lives and into your heart, and also help this noble cause. Thank you very much.
Rishiji, can I ask a question?
Yes, please, please.
First of all, Rishiji, Daljiji, really thank you so much for taking this initiative for supporting children of our country through Akshaya Patra. I have one question, Rishiji. What determines the value of an art?
Absolutely. No, very wonderful question. Therefore, I desisted and referred to the report, but I will take a part of stab at it now. Fundamentally, the value of art is linked to the artist value. So the most important thing is that the artist brand over time gets valued. And like any good brand, the value of the artist brand starts off with the quality of the work that he creates, with using the right technique.
Right.
Then it moves up based on how well his work is received by the market and how he's able to reposition himself.
Got it.
So the ability of the artist to first talk to the heart of the viewer at one point in time, and the ability, it's like the Gita ka sar. The same Gita we read at some point and we read 5 years later, the meaning changes. The book is the same, the word is the same, but we have grown. Similarly, a great piece of art is a living masterpiece, and it continues to talk to you 5-10 years down the line, and it talks to many hearts. So the emotive value that it creates in the response in the viewer, and the artist's ability to create it at one point in time, still to revisit himself and to reorient himself and recreate that masterpieces again and again. And then last but not the least is promotion, the ability for him to partner with a strong promotion house like Orad and many other good galleries doing that, and successful promotion efforts which lead to a wider spread of the brand. And as you can understand, the artist's supply is finite and the demand can be infinite. And that is what justifies a 30 crore or a 140 crore or a 3,000 crore, because the supply is finite after a point and the whole world is the market. And as Indianness and spirituality expands from India, so any of these pieces of art will want to feel pride of place, not only in Indians' houses outside India, but even in the hands of any other international buyer.
Yeah, it answers my question. Thank you. Thank you, Rishi.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's a far more bigger role, right, Rishiji?
Yes, art, as you can imagine, has a very wide role. I think initially all of us grow up thinking that art is just a piece to decorate a wall. From then on, it moves to something that's part of our life that changes the whole aura of the environment and the place that we live and our mindset. And then it becomes a part of the wealth. And the association with art also changes from looking at it as a product, as a consumption product, to a collection product. And it ends up with an love story. So many collectors, after a point, and therefore you see the propensity of art not falling but increasing. We know many collectors who can't live without buying new art or seeing new art all the time, and it becomes a great nasha to have.
Yeah, interesting. We should catch up with you having as one of the speakers in the webinar talking about the brand.
Sure. We'd love to do that.
Thanks. Yeah. Back to him.
Thank you
Sorry,
so much.
Ankit, for jettisoning the. We took a detour actually, Ankit. I'm sorry about it.
Oh, absolutely fine. In fact, there might be a lot of questions might come in from the audience, and like we had questions from the dignitaries, which were with in-depth knowledge and experience and skill of Mr. Rishiraj Sethi. I'm extremely thankful to you for those brilliant insights and for sharing your knowledge with all of us. In case if you in the audience or all those who are interested to pick up any of those artworks and put them in your house and create some space out there, or if you have any query related to your artwork or artworks which have been displayed over here, you can post in your questions and our experts would be more than happy to answer queries of yours, and they would be answered by Mr. Rishiraj Sethi, Mr. Harmeet Sethi. Also, if you have any other queries, you can post them on to Mr. Sandeep, or you can share Rohit Chaudhary ji. So the email IDs and the contact numbers of Mr. Harmeet Singh Sethi and Mr. Chaudhary have been shared on the catalog. So you can reach out to us through those email IDs or those numbers on WhatsApp or through a phone call. Also, there is a unique number in the catalog for each painting to express your interest, or you have any queries in the next fortnight, you can always reach out to us. With all this, and with so much of masterpiece being created around artworks and this wonderful initiative and all the dignitaries who came together, I would now request Mr. Salwar, the CMO of the Akshaya Patra Foundation, to present the vote of thanks.
Thanks, Ankit. It's such a pleasure to have you today. I, on behalf of the Akshaya Patra Foundation, the entire team of Art Aura, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to our beloved Chef Sanjeev Kapoor, guest of honor, Rotarian Shri Sandeep Agarwala ji, Rotarian Daljit Singh ji, RJ Ankit Piplani, and our patrons, well-wishers in the audience to support the cause of ensuring no child in India should be deprived of education because of hunger. I appreciate all of you coming out today, especially on a weekend in the morning. I am so grateful to have people in my life like you all. Once again, thank you to all, and look forward to a promising participation from everyone in India and globally. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sandeep Talwar. You've been extremely kind for thanking everyone in person. And a big thank you to everyone in the audience and those kind individuals who have been a part of the journey of the Akshaya Patra Foundation, and all those who have expressed their interest with Aura Art. In case if you have any queries, you can always write to us, or you can drop in your email ID or a number. Our team shall contact you and guide you further. You could also visit auraart.com. With this is RJ Ankit Piplani thanking all of you for being a brilliant audience. I'm going to leave you with a short of the Akshaya Patra Foundation. Please do have a look at it and be a part of this journey. What we are doing is extremely noble. And I'm sure with you, the journey will become bigger and better. Thank you.
So from our side, Harshit, no one else is going to join. Obviously, we're letting Mr. Kapoor and who else is joining. We have Rohit and